Good morning, afternoon, season, evening, hour. How is everybody doing out there today? First card. Basically, we're just doing a little reading. Our another. This is the king status. One more, and again. Okay. Hmm. Very interesting card. This is the sign of the princess, but here the alchemy level is higher in the Hnesis, which is ultimately, 1 second. Okay, so this ultimately is spirit life mainly. This is what the energetic level raises to here in this particular card. The essence is more like a spirit wife. So I really like the Hnesis card, like the princess card kind of figurines. I like it because it has a lot of respect attached to it. A lot of respect. Much discipline that comes with a lot of practice. Okay, with a lot of focus. So I like the Hnesis altogether in this Voodoo Tarot deck. It's the higher spiritual realm, almost like IE zone, somewhat, but this apparent energy is attached to higher spiritual levels. So here you can see all of the vessels here, all of the vessels, all of the clay pots here, right? That this particular individual is in charge of. And here, I really like this card because it represents like a person's dreams, right? All these dreams and all their imaginations here are captured here in this vessel. And the charge of this Hnesis, right? The charge of her is to bring those dreams to reality. So bringing these spiritual imagination, imagi going on here in these vessels, right? Her job and position here in this card is to bring that essence into real time, into real life, into reality. So I really like the Hnesis cards, all of them, all of them. So when that card comes up, someone basically has a good, great charge, right? Um, you are dependent on, you can be relied upon mainly when this card shows and appear. This card here is Centero in Centuria. So basically, it's the earthly figure of this high spiritual plane, as I would say, as the king in the traditional tarot. In the voodoo tarot, it is the Centero, right? Okay, so we're dealing with the Orishas, the high, like the high priest, basically. He's wearing white, he's close to nature, and he's close to fire and drums. The background is all blue. So this is a real esteemed leader, another good practice, another good focus, okay, with this individual who's able to bring also reality as well down from the spiritual realms, okay, but more from a natural nature, working with herbs, working with Mother Earth, working with planets, working with nature. But also working with the elements of fire as well in this really balanced, high altitude way formulation. So this is like the king, the Santero and Santeria. And I like this when it comes up. This reminds me of like a great grandfather type of energy. Um, a person that's just laid back. You go to their house, right? They got plants everywhere, hanging inside and outside of the house. Very grounded individual. Hey, how's it going, Remington? How are you? How are you? Just reading the cards. Hey, Ariana. Good day, evening, or night. So I like this card too, y'all. Honestly, when it comes up to Hugon, I think this is like one of the most balanced representation of the king figure in this earthly plane Santeria energy here, because you can see how focused he is, right, in his discipline and his practice. He has all his tools lined up, and it just gives like a leader. My day is going good. It's just started. I guess it rolled over. It's officially Saturday now, so it's going pretty good. It has rolled over since Friday, so so far so good. Um, you have several different starts throughout the day. Throughout the day is like several beginnings, and there are several endings. And there are several like middle passages basically in the whole day. So days run into each other sometimes. Hey, little boy, the other card that comes up. This card comes out often. I think it's really nice that this card comes after a princess card, right, with the Hanesses, and a king, earthly. She's dealing with the power of the tongue, the power of sword, the mental mind here. And then we have these spiritual masas. Masa la flambeau once again, right? So if this card comes out, especially like in this three card kind of pull, I don't know why that piano's so loud. If this card comes out with these two cards, right, it tells me automatically, because here we have both planes, we have two planes, we have two of the same polar opposites basically that are working together, two energetic forces that are working together that are opposite basically or the same. So two different things working at different paces or at the same paces, but two separate opposites that are the same, which will be these two cards operating at very quickly, very fast. The energy level here is sped up right here and here also, because this card comes out all the time. That always just tells me that two operations are going on, like fire, water, earth, or air and fire. Two elemental forces are going on, just feeding fire, feeding fire, feeding fire, right? Two columns, two planes. You know what I'm saying? What's up with the dot, 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 dot? What's up with that? So that's crazy. Yep. A number nine deals with the astral, petro, fire. We got the masa. These are like twins here in this card is what they're trying to show. You know how twins are alike but not alike or something like that. Another one. So here's another Hanessis. I know I was going to call it. Thank you. I sow very good, positive, balanced energy. So I do actually reap what I sow because it is all love. Another Hanessis card or another Hanessis card. So we have another Princess card. Before we had it in Rada, and now we have it in Congo. Like I was saying, this card, Hanessis, the princess value, the characterization here is representing of like spirit wife mainly. So if you're into like any type of religion, it would be like the feminine, like the holy mother type of um, energy, basically. Someone who's charged with discipline, someone who can be reliable to carry out high responsibilities. So here is another card that represents the same energy, but with this motherly, nurturing, compassion, connecting energy here in water in Congo. When Congo represents water, right? Yeah, yeah, a little bit. So in the voodoo and a lot of other different practices, they all work with vessels, right? And cauldrons and things that are made with the hand, things that can carry and hold like spiritual bodies, spirit energetic levels or energy. It can't be anything made from plastic, anything made from rubber. As of today, it has to be something made with the hands, put through water, put through fire, cool down water. So a lot of times in this cards, when it's dealing with the real traditional elemental forces, okay, with movement and energy, it's going to be in a vessel, a clay like vessel, right? So this is housing here, this energy. This energy, to me, it's like someone that she might have been married to in the past who just might have just passed away, and here she's able to still connect with this individual, right? And basically is connecting to spirit, having love and compassion and grace and remembrance, okay, of this energy here. It just depends. But I like this card also. In this card, like I said, both of these, the Highness, the Princess, just means high, um, respectful individual who is very much reliable. Hmm. Let's see, we got coming out here next. Ashe, gratitude. What else? Other cards? La Place. So, if you want to have two other opposites, right, that are almost the same, here is the representation of a prince. This is the princess, but we don't call it princess. It's the Hanesses here. One of the Loas. Another Loa figure is in the Petro with the prince. So what I notice a lot in this deck when we get the kings and the prince, the Hugon and the Laplace, right? They always have one hand raising up to the sky and then they have another hand below, as above, so below. Most of the majority of all the masculine energy here has that position, as above, so below, with their arms going, such as his. Okay, so that means a lot, especially because this is the La Place, which is high energy, high representation of like quote unquote courtship, right? If you want to deal with hierarchy, this is the prince, and he is in Petro fire. So evidently, he's bringing down fire from the cosmos, and he's making his stance here in the physical plane, and he's wearing white pants, so it also tells you another story about what's going on. The color, the background, the fire. So he's bringing down some forces of on the crossroads here because he's making an X. He's making an X with his machete on a crossroads. Hey y'all, hey, how's it going? Oh my word, how's it going, y'all? I'm just going to flip a few more cards. So far, we've gotten a lot of quote unquote courtship type of cards with prince, princess. Okay. The only card that wasn't is the number 9 card with the Masa left limbo. So let's see what else we got. All right, all right, all right, all right. I know you see this card. Le Baron. I have a few, maybe 2 videos dedicated to Le Baron here. This card likes to come out individually. Um, Not to say that it can't ever come out in a group, but for some reason, it likes to come out individually. It's like, ooh, oops, there's a change. Oops, psych, something else is going to happen. Oh, wait, psych, we got you fooled. You know what I'm saying? Whatever this car is attached to, this is like, that ain't going to happen. It's like, like a trickster kind of a card, kind of like a wow card, basically. This is exactly what it is. Perfect word. This card. Hold on. Let me get this light better. So this is a wild card, and it represents exactly what it says, the wild card. You throw this out because the Lebron here represents like the tricksters, the jokesters here. So if you get this wild card, y'all, which is never a bad thing, it's just like, okay, oops, I did it again. Ah, you just never know what's going to happen, what's going to come about, but ultimately it's supposed to be like um you have this planned event, right? Something that you have planned and it just goes array, it goes like upside down. Basically, you're supposed to take that type of experience, right, and just laugh at it like, yeah, what can I say? Things happen, things never go as planned, you know what I'm saying? This is what that wild card will relate to. You're supposed to laugh at these incidences that are like, not coincidental or are coincidental or however, but you're supposed to laugh at these instances like, oh, okay, it is what it is because this is what that card is. Because if not, then this card, like the Les Bedron, is going to be laughing and pointing at you like, ha ha ha, you fell for that. You mad. You mad. Ha ha ha. So if you ain't going to laugh at yourself, basically, this spiritual energy is going to be laughing at you. They're all going to laugh at you. So the Le Baron is the wild card. You can flip through some of my videos and probably just type in Le Baron and you'll get more descriptions of their characterizations, their personality, some of it, because you can't quite capture all of that. Is there any other courtship card, quote unquote courtship card? Oh, we got two, one in the background. Okay, so this is another Laplace. This is another Prince, quote unquote. I just say Prince for those in the background who only deal with the traditional tarot cards, but in the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot, this is Laplace. Okay, this is quote unquote courtship. It just tells you what higher frequency energetic forces they're attached to, which is pretty high through discipline, through practice, ancestry, remembrance, and a whole other host of other things, right, to reach this level. Again, this light, why? The reason why I'm not really talking because like this light is getting, maybe if I move it over here. Anyway, child. So again, we have the crossroads, and like I said, he still has his arm lifted above and he has an arm below. Congo, water. He's dealing with some kind of magic, some real sorcery. Whenever I be seeing like this dripping water, other reflections of mirror, any type of reflections here is given sorcery. um, so he's solidifying this watery essence from the cosmos down into the crossroad plane, which is where these prints are attached to and related to our crossroads, which basically is like, when you have on four different directions, like the cross, basically, four different directions. So that's what plane that they're on. They have the acuity, they have the discipline and the focus to operate these high alchemical levels from the four planes, right, in the crossroads. But there's way more meaning to the crossroads than that. That's just a shorter, rudimentary type of understanding of the crossroads. So, like I said, he's in the water and he's doing some sorcery. Whenever I do see this car, I feel like yeah, this is attached to not only someone who's really good at manipulation with the emotions, but manipulation with like with the sword, with the tongue as well, like gossipy on a high level. Gossip. No shade towards this card, but that's just what it is. A lot of these cards it just basically tell you what they are just by looking at them. And that's why I don't do the upside down reading or the side readings because these cards are pretty straightforward and depending on like how it lands and what other cards are attached to it, then they have other meanings. But ultimately, like this card right here is like, okay, manipulation. I feel like sorcery. Okay, I feel like there's magic. Um, this one could be figured as sorcery as well. Just depends on how you look at it. Okay, with the fire, but for some reason, when it comes to water and mirrors, it gives me more higher um, reflections of sorcery versus fire. For some reason, people always think that fire is the most highest altitude of energy of manipulation and control, but it's really water. It's really with the emotions. Which is more passive, right? Which is more over time. Um, from my understanding, in my opinion, is more forceful, more strong, more enduring versus fire. The fire energy that a lot of people are attached to about going to hell, everybody's going to hell, or you're going to hell, all that. Fire and water put together, water will always succumb fire. Always, 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 always. Fire can only burn for so long. As you can tell, we have where this planet, this earth, the plane that we live on is the majority of water. Okay. So that's why when I see this and this um what is this machete he has in his hand and he's dealing with the crossroads and he's already dripping down matter of sorcery from the cosmos to solidify it in this middle here. It's given magic. So okay, here's Ogun, Federality, and Rada. When the Oguns be showing face, we know that Ogun Mars, right? He's background red, five. All of the Oguns represent war and warrior. All the Oguns in this particular deck. This is they're in the number five vessel. They are in the number five vessel. So when this vessel or comes out, I know that there's pull giving and um there's some fighting, there's some aggressiveness, there's some anger, there's some strife, there's like some warrior, there's like just imagine like Aries individual all the time who never wants to be quiet, who's always in charge, who's always in charge, who's always a warrior, who's always a warrior. That's what the representation of the number fives are in the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot deck. So here is Rada. You have Ogun, and the background is all red. Ogun look like he is just overcome with all these wires, with all this technology. Okay, so here it's basically telling you that there is like that war and strife. Okay, there's something going on digital, there's something going on with technology. Ogun, one of his personalities and characteristics too is technology and war. So it looked like here that the war and technology has like succumbed Ogun, right? It has taken over Ogun, right? He has lost. He is no longer like a spirit attainment, right? For the cosmos, he's completely more not materialism, but more he has been overcome by the outlets of technology of war. So that's what this came from. This is definitely like a defeat card. This is definitely a defeat card. This is like a defeat card because as you can see, all of Ogun is nothing but like I wouldn't even say like a Terminator at all, but it could be a destruction, like a robot who doesn't have a conscience anymore. Is totally like he's overcome with so much war and technology. He's just nothing but a weapon of destruction and um, self destruction has led him here, right? Okay, so we'll do a couple more. You know everything. Nice. We'll do a few more. Y'all, it's kind of, I don't know. I think it's early. Maybe it's 2 o'clock. So I hope y'all are liking the reading. We are mainly just doing these cards just to get more understanding of some of the personality. Each time I turn these cards and flip these cards, it's another charge, another piece of information that goes into it. So I can do the same card, at different times, and they'll have like, sometimes the same meaning, but most of the time it won't have the same meaning. It just depends. Of course, these are my go-to tarot cards, voodoo tarot cards. All right, let's do a couple more. Don't forget to like the video. I keep looking because I'm like, do I have something on my nose? Oh, no, I don't. Okay, here's one. So we'll just go through this card pretty quickly because this card comes out often. We talk about this card a lot, which I like. I like. I like. I like. I like. Everybody can take in this card. Santeria. We have Owashai. Owashai here is representing like the Sagittarius type of kind of person who's pretty much always optimistic, right? They're always like optimistic, go lucky. You can tell a Sagittarius most of the time because they're always got some kind of optimistic everything, no matter what they talk about, they will be optimistic about it. I'm telling you, for real. So with that type of energy here, we talk about this all the time where there's a lot of skills, there's a lot of talent, there's a lot of motion, there's a lot of movement that needs to go out into the cosmos. So shoot for the star, do something different, or do the same thing, continue on with your skills and your talents because there's so much multitude. They want you to continue here in this card because this card is like golden. This is a really beautiful card. It's in the 10th vessel and it's dealing with earthly plane, earthly matter. So here in this earthly plane, you have developed so many great qualities, so many good credits, right? And it's here telling you to shoot for the stars. Okay, keep shooting for the stars. Okay, keep shooting for the stars because you are going to land. So continue to shoot for your best self. Continue to shoot with your talents. Continue to do all those things that are making you a better individual every day. Okay, because you have it here. Okay. The next card that came out was Legba. He comes out often too. So we'll go through this really quick. Legba. And it's just Legba here. It's not Legba Left Flambeau, it's Legba and Rada and Six. Legba. You can find all kind of stories on Papa Legba. Okay, there's so many stories on Legba. A lot of people are terrified of Legba. Well, alrighty then. He is the ultimate representation of the crossroads. But they don't he doesn't represent the crossroads here on this deck for some reason. I'm not sure why. But he represents the crossroads. Okay, if you want to pay respect and honor and move on or do something to open up some gates or open up some doorways, that's why people fuck with Leg by here. And Rada, it represents do as I will. So he's telling you use the power of your tongue. But look at the sky is the sun, okay, is red and black here, okay? And he has children that he's influencing. So if you're using your power of your tongue, okay, here with people, children, your family, with an audience. He's saying, do as I will. But I could just tell looking at his face right now, it's like, okay, you better be careful what you're saying because you can influence many. Okay, that's why it's in this vessel 6. Sorry, it's blurry. I think my ring light, it'll be here tomorrow. Um, But anyway, so that's why it's here in this vessel six, because to me it's telling me like, okay, be balanced in your influence. Um, he has his staff, which looks like a serpent to me, but just it's given like he's telling a really, 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 really good story. But do as I will, using the power of your tongue, I say in grace. When this card comes out, if there's a question, somebody who can activate their throat chakra or has some issues with talking or saying, if this card comes out, it's like, okay, use your voice, use your tongue. Um, I say carefully. All right, we'll do a couple more cards. The next card that came out was another Ogun. Okay, so Ogun, like I was saying, in five is his vessel in this deck. Five represents war and technology. Here, it looks like, I don't know how you say this name, Ogun Badalali Dio. Close enough. Congo 5, water. This card always deals with self healing. Um, so basically, you're down and out. Ultimately, right now, you're the only person that can lift you up. As you see, their doctors are around there. There's only so much they can do. There's only so much people can do from external. So here it's saying, okay, now you it's between you and it's between you yourself and spirit right now to uplift yourself to get yourself out of this position right now. This card represents self healing. Okay, self healing. This card comes out often. I feel like something with sexual energy is like really potent right now. So we talked about this card the last time it was here. This is Gay Day, Gay Day, Le Flambeaus. Gay days are represented in this tarot deck too. They are in the three vessel. The three vessel is sex and death. And as you can see here, it looks kind of like spicy, right? What he's doing a dance, all right? He's doing a little fire dance, a little hot, hot dance. Okay, it's too hot for YouTube. What's going on right here? He has his hand in one position and he has his other hand in the other position. Okay, he's basically sweeping this woman off of her feet. She ain't even touching the damn ground. Anyway, so this card is like quick energy, quick, fast energy. Like it can be impulsive energy, an impulsive type of energy, and it's that energy that is once, for some people where they have an orgasm and it lasts like half a second or whatever. This is this energy of that orgasm where it lasts is it comes and it goes really, really fast, right? And this is what he's capturing here, that frequency. And it could be used for good, whatever is going on here with him, his girl, whatever he's visualizing, or it could be like a nature or a characterization or um, like a story or something that is just a person who's just impulsive, right? A person who's just impulsive with this type of like sexual energy. Mm-hmm. All right, we'll stay on for another couple minutes, y'all. Sorry, I know I'll be looking. I don't even care though. Let's do a couple more, a couple more, a couple more. Yeah, we'll definitely be back again today to do another reading. Let me know which reading y'all like better, the Oracle readings or if you like the Voodoo Tarot readings. Now, on my website, I do have separate readings, the Oracle reading, and I do have the Voodoo Tarot reading. And there's some other ideas I'm going to put up this weekend too for other different readings. But for the most part, most people like the Oracle readings. Right now, I'm offering like 13 card readings, but I have other ideas for that. And for the Voodoo Tarot reading, it's been 3 card readings, but that's just like a general start with the 3 card readings. I start out with 3 cards, and most of the time it'll end up between 3 and 7 cards total for the past, present, and current readings. And the Oracle cards are just 13 cards that we get to look at many different symbolisms within those oracle cards. All right, so La Sardine, she came out yesterday. Also, again, Venus, again, Congo. Okay, La Sardine, La Sardine. Some people know this wording in this language as a siren, as a siren, as a siren. But here in this deck, um, yeah, she has a sweet tone. She has a sweet voice. She's able to capture the essence of any person's mentality based on her singing, her voice. But here, this card is saying that a lot of different things is going on that are on a deeper level here, right? That's why she comes to the surface to give you this communication, to give you this language. There's something that is coming from a deeper understanding. Because when she comes, you never see any mermaids at the surface. They're always closer to um, the ocean bed, far deep out into the ocean and inside the waters. So whenever they come to the surface, she has um, something meaningful to connect with the individual, something meaningful to connect with an individual. Um, Something meaningful. And I say meaningful because we're in the seventh plane and we're dealing with um, Venus. And also, the seventh plane in this tarot is emotions. One of the characteristics is emotion. So, when this card comes out, there is some level of deeper understanding tied to two different things going on, actually. So it can be emotions, it can be something with the physical, but there's a deeper communication. I'm sorry if I reiterate the same thing, but this card is. Um, it's interesting when it appears. That's all I can say. But the highlight is deeper, deeper, deeper communication, something tied to emotions, okay, an understanding of a connection going on there. All right, last card, last card, last card. I'm gonna be up for a while, so feel free to reach out. Oh my. Okay, I said last card, and they flipped out some other cards. Yay. So one thing I noticed that the Orisha showed out a lot in the masculine figure here. I think we flipped like 10 to 15 cards, but I feel like the Orisha showed out a lot. Abatala. Abatala. Cool cat. I really like seeing Abatala when he comes about in any kind of reading, even for one card reading. It's so powerful and it's so like um, I don't know why I want to say refreshing. It's just like a sense of, oh, okay, now I can relax. A batala, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing that's gonna, you know what I'm saying? You get a batala and a reading, it's like, okay, we chill. We's good, honey. So, so Risha, he is represented as a god, or I know a lot of people worship, Orishas, basically. Okay. He's in the fourth plane, which is giving stability. He has snails on his arm. He's cool, although he is great, 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 high up there in quote unquote hierarchy, right? He's up there, high, wise, characteristic, wise energy, but very calm, very cool, very collective type of energy. And he has this dove here, which is his spirit animal. And we know what dove symbolism is. His other symbolism is whenever, because I live around Pacific Northwest, basically. So you can see Mount St. Helens, you can see the Sisters, you can see Mount Hood. Well, you can't see St. Helens, it doesn't have a tip of the mountain anymore. But whenever I see the mountains and if there's a peak or a tip, it is a reminder of Abatala's representation. The very tip, the very peak is one of his characteristics of the highest of the tallest mountain. And he is there, the very coolest. So just think about that characteristic of owning and being and having that characteristic of a peak of a mountain. First of all, I'm not climbing no mountains close to any peaks. No, that's not happening. But he owns that destiny. He owns that point, that huge center point, right? And it's cool, but it's so far up in the sky. So that's why I like that. It's just a lot of deeper meaning, deeper understanding, and a lot of being able to relax in this much larger capacity and aspect of all things, right? And that's about to lie. Last card, Shango. Shango, Shango, Shango. Another Orisha. Of course, we know he has many, 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 many worshippers. We're not going to get into the story of all that. For what? When this comes out the card, it always gives leader. It always gives leader. It always gives the individual as the leader of their family. It always gives like the person not only is the so-called black sheep because it's not really the black sheep, but the leader of the family, the person. Um, I want to say I don't know has all the answers. Obviously, look how he's standing. He is the true leader. And like I said, he has one hand reaching up and another hand reaching down. The hand reaching up is his axe, and that's how he is ruled with force. But he isn't known to be like a totalitarian type of god figure. Okay. He actually was really attached to his people or concerned of his people of his community. Basically, you can reach him. He wasn't out of touch, out of reach, but he was still strong, right? He still had big large boundaries. So this card is in 8. So because it's in 8, it's dealing with the magician as well, it's dealing with the magic mind as well, and that is why he is the leader, because he has this high energy. Although this is not hierarchical card, but the essence, Shango is very much high spiritual worship by many. Okay, so in this 8 card, which 8 in the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot is Simbi. Simbi is focus. Simbi is discipline. Simbi is the serpent. So for Shango to be here as the leader and all that representation, this comes out for a lot of people as them being the leader, having all the answers, okay? And which can be really grounding for a person when they get this signature in a reading. Okay. We know he got that lightning, you know what I'm saying? Does he have the lightning or does he have the thunder? Because oh yeah. Because oh yeah. Anyhow, that's Shango. And that is going to be our last reading for today. I hope y'all liked it. Thanks for being here. I give thanks for all the princes that was coming out through the Hanesses, to the Laplace that was coming out. They wanted to show those hierarchical forms, wanted to show the Orishas showed out. Gratitude, Ashe. The Leberon came through. Okay, gratitude. Gratitude to the kingship that came through on this earthly plane, and all the Oguns that came through as well, because we can't live life without some form of Ogun, with some type of warrior, with some type of Mars ship, right? I'll see y'all guys soon. I'm gonna drink some water. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all moments here, and I'll see y'all guys soon. Bye.